Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to the Invisible but Powerful Show. I'm Kimberly Kiner, your host, and I am super excited to kick off our very first premiere episode entitled New Year, New You, Building a Healthy Foundation for Change. Did you know that nearly 40% of Americans set New Year's goals or resolutions with improving health or losing weight as their number one goal? Yet 10% actually stick to those goals beyond the first few months. And I was like that before I started working with my guest, Gail. She helped me to stay consistent with my goals. So if you're having issues with staying consistent with your goals, know that you're not alone. Stay tuned. This episode is for you on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Welcome to Invisible but Powerful, where heart, soul, and spirit intertwine. This show is about sharing stories of faith, resilience, and transformation to inspire you to uncover, unlock, and unleash the incredible potential God has placed within you. Now, let's get ready for real talk and heart-to-heart conversations on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Hello again, and welcome to our very first episode, New Year, New You, Building a Healthy Foundation for Change. Joining us today is an exceptional guest. She is truly an inspiration, Gail Olivia White Everett. Gail was born and raised in Princeton, New Jersey, and she is the founder and president of Olivia's Wellness Connection, OWC, and OWC Tasty Meals That Heal, which she created to promote awareness and education and prevention of chronic diseases through healthier lifestyle choices. She started these programs in honor of her late mother, Olivia White, who passed away from heart attack at just 48 years old. Gail emphasizes through her programs the importance of nutrition and fitness as the foundation for overall health. And I can personally attest to the life-changing impact that she's had on my life. Gail also holds degrees in business and exercise science, including a bachelor's in liberal arts in health and wellness. She is also a certified integrative nutrition health coach with numerous credentials in fitness and wellness, including stress management, Pilates, and personal training. After retiring from Princeton University in 2010, where she served for over 30 years, she went back to school and later began working as a special education paraprofessional and PQ coach. She also taught fitness classes for nearly 40 years and continues to lead wellness initiatives at the Princeton YMCA. Gail has also been recognized with numerous awards for her work in fitness and wellness, including her impactful community programs and dedication to inspiring others. Her motto, "Health is your wealth," reflects her passion for empowering others to embrace their full potential through healthy living. Today, Gail will share some of her inspiring journey and her practical strategies as she helps you to build a healthier you in 2025. But before we get started, I'd love to hear from you, our viewers. What is one goal that you have set for this year, for 2025? It could be eat healthier. It could be lose 10 pounds. Whatever it is, share it in the chat, and we'll try to discuss it during the show. In the meantime, let's welcome Mrs. Gail Olivia White Everett. Hi, Gail.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for just saying okay to doing this particular this session, because health and fitness, I know, has been a major thing in the world. We are continuing to have health issues. Yes. So I think it's really important in the new year to set the foundation.
Yes, very true.
All right, so let's start here with I want to talk about where it all started for you.
Okay.
And that is with your mom. Can you see this picture here?
Yes.
Let's let's talk about your mom and how she inspired you to pursue health and wellness.
So my mom, Olivia G. White, was precious. And she was a mother of six kids. And my dad worked in New York and only came home on the weekends. And so she worked very hard to give us everything. We had every moment of her time. She took excellent care of us and loved us and put us first all the time. And she did that until the moment she took her last breath on July 7th, 1970.
Mm.
She was beautiful.
And what happened? Can you share your details? As I know that you talk about it all the time. I know
Yeah.
when you're talking about when you're teaching us about health and fitness, you talk about your mom, but talk about the details of how that really resonated with you in regards to health and fitness.
So my mom had high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, and an enlarged heart. And so, I remember her going through sickness sometimes. I remember her being in the hospital. And, she just never gave up and kept on going through. And then on July the 7th, she was home cooking a big meal because she liked to feed those that were underprivileged in the community. She fed a lot of people and they loved her dearly for that. She was a really good down home cook. She was from Clarksville, Virginia. And so she
Mm.
was cooking a big meal and then she was making a hamburger in another pan for my spoiled brother. And everybody just happened to leave the kitchen, and I just happened to come downstairs, look in her eyes, put my sneakers on. I saw her in the kitchen sitting down, and I went down the street to the learning center, and it was only 5 doors away, and I came back in like 5 or 10 minutes, and I saw all these people running in my house. So I
Mm.
went, I ran up the stairs in the house, and there my mom was laying on the floor in the kitchen on her back. You could see she had went and turned the hamburger over because the spatula was still in the pan, and I
Mm.
heard our neighbor say she washed her foot off with a rag. She said, I think she's dead.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
I just ran out the house, fell down all the stairs. And then my sister was coming home from work and I told her what was going on. I remember it took a little bit for the ambulance to get there. I remember the ambulance door flying open. So she passed away of a heart attack.
Mm.
And,
Wow.
it was really devastating. I had just finished my freshman year at Princeton High School the month before. So I
Oh
lost my
wow.
mom when I was 15 years old. She was my rock, everything.
So how did that inspire you? Because after 15, you seem to move on with life. How did that continue on with you in regards to fitness and wellness?
Well, you know what? My mom, because she was so generous, it
Hmm.
instilled in me to want to be kind to people. And, after my mother died, as I got older, I went through a lot and it was a really hard life without her. And so it
Yeah.
just instilled something in me where I never wanted to see anybody wanting for anything. I like to help people just like she did. And that's what it is. That's the big part of me. Because sometimes people say to me, "Oh, well, you give too much," but that's not how I feel about it. I will help anybody if I can. And so as I got older, working out really became something I like to do. And I thought about my mom,
Hmm.
and that inspired me as well. It made me, love to work out, take better care of myself, but also to want to reach out and help people to do the same.
Right. Because your business or your programs is under OWC, and
Right.
that stands for OWC stands for.
Olivia's Wellness Connection. It is named after my mother. My mission is to motivate and educate people from all walks of life to make their health a priority. And
Mm.
I created that because I want people to have the chance my mom didn't have. That was 1970. I don't think they had quite started the craze of fitness and nutrition together. Jack LaLanne was just out by then, but I want people to have, my mom didn't have somewhere where they would say, Olivia, come on, let me watch the kids. Let me teach you how to exercise. Let me teach you how to cook healthier meals, and have some me time for you. So
Hmm.
I want to help people have that opportunity without them worrying about money, and just
Right,
share that so that everybody can
right,
have the opportunity to make their health a priority. That's really important. And so if
right.
I do that, every time I do that, because I've been doing it a long time, then my mother's death will not be in vain. That's
Wow,
that's what that means to me, Olivia's Wellness
right.
Connection.
That is truly a ministry for you.
Yes.
It's truly a ministry. So let's talk about your what happened next in regards to your time in the services. You were in the Army National Guard. Um,
Yes.
and I know you said after that you went into the National Guard at what age?
I enlisted at 23. I did a 3-year entry plan. It was enlisted in 77. I served from 78 to 1980. Basic
Mm,
training was in Fort McClellan, Alabama, and my AIT as a finance specialist was in Fort Benjamin Harrison, Indiana.
mm.
Very
So
interesting.
yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So that time in the Army, how did that teach you discipline and structure?
It made me very resilient. We had to get up at 4:30 in the morning and do workouts, extensive workouts, and bivouac, which is when you sleep outside. I was in Fort McClellan, Alabama. We had bivouac. We had to sleep outside in tents, and there was snow on the ground. That was a very, very hard thing to do. And then
Mm,
the one thing that I will never forget, it was pure discipline. Here I am, that young, going from, just having fun in life to having to follow orders 24/7. And so they put us in the gas chamber. You have to put on your gas mask. You have to go in the gas chamber. They put you in there, and you must stay in there and recite your whole social security number. And I'm telling
oh
you,
my goodness.
that was really hard to do. It smelled horrible in there. So I ran out. I ran out the gas chamber, and my drill sergeant put me right back in there. And I had to put my mask on, and I did it, and I went through it, and I said, if I could do that, I could do anything. I mean, if I could do those early morning workouts, if I could go through the gas chamber, if I could learn to throw that grenade, if I could learn to handle my M16, and I was a sharpshooter, I could do
Wow.
anything. That was a lot of discipline. And I was so
Yes.
proud that I made it. That was 90 days of, you know, basic training, AIT, and it just made me know that I could do anything I wanted to if I put my mind to it. And
Yes.
also,
Abs-
thinking I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because that's who gave me the strength to get through all of that.
oh, absolutely.
It
Amen
was
to
the
that.
best thing I could have ever did. It really, really made me strong, mentally and physically. And I loved it.
Wow. Wow. I do see, I can say that I've been with you for 3 years now, and I can definitely see the resilience.
Yes.
You just continue to press on and continue even when the turnout may not be the highest, but you are there. You will walk by yourself and post, be posting on Facebook. Yeah, I'm out here walking. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Gail, I just love you because it's like you're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
And would you share, if it's okay, share how young you are?
How old I am, young?
How
My
young you
age?
are?
I'm
Yeah.
70 years old. I'll be 71 in November. And thanks to the grace of God and everything I've been doing for these last 40 years, I think I'm in pretty good shape for 70.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, for sure.
And Kimberly, I want to say, when the class attendance is low, God said where there is two or more, there is a blessing. And that's why I always carry on. And I always say
Mm,
to everybody, do not let anyone or anything interfere with your workout. You got to
that's
do it.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So I have been, like I said, I've been with you for, what is it? 3 years now. So I
Yes.
have been involved in your holiday health checks, your walks, especially when it's warmer. I like to walk when it's warm, but I've been part of your your just walks and all of these different programs that you have. So I don't have to tell them. You tell the audience about all of your fitness and wellness classes and how that helps the community.
So here's what we have every year. So we start with in January 2nd of every year, New Year, Healthier New You. So that is another challenge I run. And that challenge just motivates you to stay consistent with your workouts, your healthy eating plan, logging your meals, and some me time, some meditation time, because you need time for yourself. So that's what New Year, Healthier New You is all about. It runs from January the 2nd to March 31st. So that's 90
Mm-hmm.
whole days you get to really work on yourself. And it involves, as all my programs do, WDCC, willpower, determination, commitment, and consistency, because those are the things that help you make your health a
Mm.
priority. And then in April of every year, the next thing we do is start Walk Aerobics Camp, which we all love the best, right,
Yes,
Kimberly?
yes.
Because we are outside. We use community park track. We go around there 2 times. We execute 3 to 4 different types of movement. And then when that cardio part is over, we go underneath the awnings. We do some resistance training. And then we have a little meditation at the end. And then we always talk a little bit about nutrition. That is my health is your wealth. So that runs from April, usually the second week of April, until the end of October. And then we move back inside the YMCA because of the inclement weather. And there I teach Just Move. So that is a full body class, cardio, some resistance training, some nice cool down. At the end, some meditation. And then after that is over, I go into the conference room and we have Health is Your Wealth. And that's where we talk about nutrition. We talk about putting together your wellness plan, your fitness plan. We talk about you logging your food. We share recipes. We have little
Mm-hmm.
healthy different snacks. And there's another class that runs every Monday and Wednesday. So this is called Just Walk. Just Walk is
Right,
awesome. We
right.
walk for an hour and we love it. We have a safe route in town. And, we come back to the YMCA. We leave there and we come back. And when the weather is inclement, we can still do Just Walk because we go downstairs and we use the fitness equipment. You have 1 hour. You can do 30 minutes on the treadmill. You can do 30 minutes on the bike, whatever you choose. But you're still going to get that workout in. You're not going to let old man winter ruin your routine.
Right, right.
And we
So
got to
that,
talk about, yeah, there's one more.
oh yeah. Hmm.
Holiday Health Check Challenge, right?
Yeah,
That is every year, the first Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it runs through January the 1st. And this
yeah.
challenge is awesome because every day I ask for whoever is in the challenge to send me their step count, you know, and at the end of the challenge, then I total up the steps, and whoever has the most steps gets a nice wellness gift basket.
Oh
We
yeah.
also, yeah, talk about logging your food. We talk about it's so important because it's exercise plus nutrition plus meditation are the keys to being healthy. You need all 3 of them.
Right.
It's a lot of
And
fun.
and and you also have challenges in between that, Gail, because I remember the plank challenge.
Yep. Do 20. No, wait, what did we say? Well, do 3 minute
30.
plank. Yes.
Yeah, it started out as
30
30
second.
seconds.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and I was traveling, and I was in Boston, I believe, or somewhere. Oh, Mexico. I was in
yes.
Mexico, and I was still doing my plank, and I would text you and let you know.
Yeah, you are so diligent about your fitness. I love that. I really do. And we also in Walk Aerobics Camp, the one thing that we do at least once a month, we all love, we get together and we leave the park and we do a community walk. And that community walk
Yes.
is about 3.1 mile. It's the weather's beautiful, we're talking, we're enjoying ourselves, and then when we come back, we're feeling so good. So that's another thing we do too.
Mm. I feel like when we work as a community, we are actually encouraging one another. So can you tell everyone about what's the most rewarding part of helping others discover their potential? Because I know, like I said, being with you for 3 years, I don't think I've ever been that consistent with continuing to stay healthy, eat right, and exercise. So what's the most rewarding part when you see, like, let's say for me, me as your example?
Well, I love the fact that I see you are consistent with your workouts. If you're not with me, you're at the Y doing something or you're walking on your
Mm.
own. And I know that you are logging your food, and that all of that is very important. So it makes me so happy when I see that someone has taken the steps and they're really keeping it going so that they can be healthier. And that's
Mhm.
just so rewarding. And I love
Right.
it. I really do. And I love when we're all on the walks together to see people enjoying one another, making friends,
Yeah,
conversating. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
it
So,
is. It's like a family, you
yes,
know.
it is the
Yeah.
OWC family. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Once you
Hmm.
join, you're part of the family.
Yeah. So how can people really set that foundation and find that right support? Because see, you're local, you're in the Princeton area, but how can people find that right support system to help them stay consistent with their goals?
So it's really good if you can find a group. I mean, you could go to a Y. Some people go to the gym, but when you have other people to work with, you motivate one another and it keeps you strong. Or if you can't do that, have a workout buddy, and then together you and your buddy are checking with each other every day. What did you do today? Did you get that 30 minutes of workout in? Did you log your food? It's really important to have the support of someone else, and you can do it in a group. Some people, they hire a trainer. You can
Right.
hire, if you're really starting from the beginning, you can hire a personal trainer, and you need that trainer long enough to teach you what to do. Then you get it down pat. Usually takes about 6 weeks to get it going,
Mm.
really going, get it down pat. And after that, you don't have to pay anybody anymore because you know what to do on your own. But it's still nice to be part of an exercise group, be part of a gym or have a buddy. That's what really keeps you going. It's so much more fun when you have other people with you.
That's true. That's true. I feel that Gail's journey is such a powerful reminder of how faith and resilience can lead to transformation. And if you, as the audience, if you're moved by her testimony and her story, you'll definitely love the stories and the collection of testimonies that are in the Invisible but Powerful devotional. It is a collection of testimonies, and it's sure to inspire hope and renewal. Let's take a look.
Have you ever felt like life's challenges have left you searching for hope? Invisible but Powerful isn't just a devotional. It's a lifeline for women navigating their toughest moments. Filled with heartfelt stories, scriptures, and reflections, this book is inspiring women to rediscover their strength and faith. It's time to uncover your inner strength, unlock your potential, and unleash a life filled with purpose. Scan the QR code now or go to Amazon.com to purchase and begin your journey today. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. Let Invisible but Powerful guide you every step of the way.
Okay, welcome back to our first episode, New Year, New You, building a healthy foundation for change. I am with my special guest, Gail Olivia White Everett, and we are talking about fitness and wellness. We talked about that in the first half of the show, but now we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit and we're going to talk about nutrition. Now, Gail, I know that you have this other business called OWC Tasty Meals That Heal. And I can say, you not only, let me share here, you not only promote that you have your own flyer, you have your brochure, but you also let us taste or give us little snacks or smoothies after our workouts.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how I get to have, I'm a foodie. So I love, if you tell me anything with food, I'm there.
Me
So
too.
you, so So when you come and you're like, okay, here's a little sample. I just did this smoothie today. It's so light. It just I don't need to talk too much, but I want you to talk about it. Tell everyone about your other business, OWC Tasty Meals That Heal.
So from 2011 until 2021, I had the pleasure, and bless her heart because she is passed away now, to work with the
Mm,
founder of the suppers program, Dorothy Mullins. And Dorothy was a master at nutrition. And she brought people into her home from all over the community. And together we prepared healthy meals. We learned how to use herbs and spices and make meals healthy and good without them being preserved or laden with salt. And as I always say, it's all about the flavor. And Dorothy Mullins taught me how to flavor food. So that was really
mm,
important. We worked together for 9 consistent years in this community, bringing people in and going to churches, hoping to help people learn. And I miss Dorothy so much. I keep her picture on my refrigerator. I remember when she came right here in my house, came to my kitchen counter, and did some teaching with me. And I actually had a supper program in my home, which I hope to do again eventually. But Dorothy
wow.
taught me how to flavor my food, and make it
Hmm.
all about lots of vegetables, some lean, healthy protein, some healthy fruit that you need, some healthy fats that you need. She taught me how to grow it. I mean, I started having gardens. I have one, two, I have 3 gardens in my home. And that was all a result of what Dorothy taught me. And food is medicine. It is medicine.
Yes.
And that's why
Mm,
I say sometimes I'll come on in my Olivia's Wellness Connection on Facebook, and I'll say, food is medicine. Did you get your healthy dose of it today? That's why I ask people to really track what they're eating. And I don't like to
yes.
say diet. I like to say track your healthy eating plan, because a lot of times when we say diet, people think we mean, oh, you just got to have carrots and lettuce. So I say healthy eating plan. You know,
Mm,
you can
mm,
eat what you want to a certain extent, but the best thing to do is all half your plate should be vegetables, then some 3 ounces of lean, healthy protein. If you eat that, you can get your protein in other ways besides animals. Get your
hmm.
healthy fats in there, get your fruit in there. So nutrition, it's healthy eating is number one, coupled with the exercise. Those
Right.
two together. You can't just exercise all day long and think that you can eat whatever you want, because it doesn't work that way. And once you start eating in a healthier fashion, tracking your meals, and then you see the difference you feel mentally and physically after a nice healthy meal as compared to something that's not healthy, you know, you will want to do it more, and you will learn to make it a regular part of your everyday plan.
Mm,
So eating is essential. It really is.
right. So that's that one. If they wanted to make a change in their nutrition, you were saying to start with what did they start with?
Well, if you want to here's what I
What?
like to do when I have people come with me. If I have a client, the first thing I will ask them to do is write down for me for 3 or 4 days what you're eating now. Don't change anything. And then we look at it together and we see where some changes can be made to give you healthier, more healthy food in your plan. So you need to look at what you're really eating. Are you getting enough vegetables every day? Are you getting enough fruit every day? Are you getting enough healthy fats every day? And this is why if you can use the Lose It app. And I'm going to brag a little bit about Dr. Rami Kant. He's my MD, and he is also the director of the weight management clinic at Penn Medicine, and he introduced me to the Lose It app 6 years ago. Because after my sister Chip passed, I was struggling with the food, and the Lose It app is phenomenal. You every time you log in your food, it tells you how many fats, how many proteins, how much sugar. It is phenomenal. And when we speak of sugar, I will say this to you: sugar causes cancer, heart disease, inflammation. So sugar is something you really, really want to cut down.
Mm,
Try to make that an occasional treat. But
occasional.
yeah, yeah. I like to pick.
Okay.
I'll say like, okay, I'll have Saturday will be my day. But what I learned is I have to just pick the treat. If I bring a whole cake in here, well, I'm gonna have a treat all day. So yeah, I'm only human. I'm gonna be honest. So I pick what I want, and I get it. Something. I'm gonna give you an example of something. I used to like the pistachio muffin from the store.
Oh yeah,
Now I don't want it anymore. It's too sweet.
it
So
is. It is.
yeah,
And I noticed that, like I said, I've been with you for so long, my taste buds are changing. So things that I used to enjoy, like you say, the pistachio muffin,
yes,
it's everything just tastes very sweet, and I no longer want it. So I think that's just really interesting how nutrition, as you start to especially cut down on your sugar, it plays
yes.
such a major part in how your body starts to feel better.
Your mind, you can focus
Hmm.
better. You're more energetic. You are happier because when you just think about if you had a moment where you ate way too much chocolate or way too much cake. So that sugar takes you up and you feel good. But when that stuff starts coming down, your tummy doesn't feel good and you don't feel good here either. So
Right.
that's why, I learned that, yeah, I have special times when I do, but I'm always glad when those special times are over because it's nice to have a treat sometime, but I feel so much better
Yeah.
when I'm eating healthy. So
Right.
it's really, really
Yeah.
important.
I can definitely feel the difference in my body
Yes.
when I eat healthier, and sometimes my body craves eating healthy. It craves vegetables. It craves, you know, even this past couple of days, I've just been eating um, raw um, raw peppers because
Awesome.
my body just started craving it. And I usually don't crave raw peppers and
That's
salads and stuff,
awesome.
but but it's been craving it. So that's yeah, that is a good thing. But I feel like, having the goals, setting the goal as a group, like you setting these challenges for us, that's why I continue. That's why I'm consistent with it because first of all, I'm kind of competitive.
Yeah.
so so when you set this challenge, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it.
You sure are competitive. And I love it. I think it's great. And that's the
Yeah,
whole catch to the whole wellness situation. Your healthy
yeah.
eating and your exercise. We want you to get hooked on it because once you start exercising on a regular basis and eating healthy on a regular basis, you feel so good. You
Oh
want to
yeah.
keep doing it. So I call it the exercise high and the salad high because it is
Hmm.
phenomenal. I am, whenever I eat, most of my plate is veggies, and if I want, there's a little bit of protein. So, and I want to share this with people. Like when you have
Sure.
breakfast, right? I love intermittent fasting because it keeps
Hmm.
me, I have a cutoff window 16 hours off, 8 on. And so by 6 o'clock every night, I'm done eating for the day. And I start maybe about 10:30, 10 o'clock. It depends on my schedule. But this
Hmm.
keeps me from eating when I'm really not hungry, you know? And
Hmm.
when you log that food, it stops you from having what I call selective amnesia. Now, if you had a piece of bread already today and you logged it in your app, it's in your mind. But if you didn't, then selective amnesia can kick in. You might go get yourself another piece of bread or something
Right.
else that you
Yep.
really you could do without for the rest of the day.
Right. Yeah. Because
So
I do find that putting my food in, logging in my food is keeps me on track because then I realize, oh, I had a little bit too much bread, or I had a little bit too many carbs today. I need to have more vegetables. So yeah, I find that once I log in my food, I definitely can see the difference, and I start to adjust the way that I eat.
You're more conscious of what you're putting in your body,
Yep.
and that's really, really, really important for us to do.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
when you join the loseitapp.com, there's a free one. Go freeloseit.com. It is phenomenal because they're going to do your profile for you, and then you'll decide with them what you want to weigh. It's going to tell you how much carbs to have per day, fats, proteins, veg. It tracks everything for you. So if you go over the amount of calories you are supposed to have in one day to get towards that goal, it will let you know that you're over. And it takes the exercise that you do, and it gives you credit so you can eat, a little more. So it is really important to do that.
Right.
And the one thing that we all need to do, and I have become religious with this, is prepare your daily food. So here's what I'll
Hmm.
say to you. If you fail to plan, then you are going to plan to fail. So
That's
every
true.
night or morning, I'm going from 8 until 3:30. So my meal is packed. And it's got, you don't have to have bacon and eggs in the morning. You can take a little bit of food you had for dinner the night before. And I say a little bit of veggies, a little bit of protein, even some leftover salad. And my first meal is like 10:30 in the morning. And you
Wow.
eat,
Yeah.
you take that. It doesn't have to be bacon and eggs. And also,
Right.
Lose It app is tracking your sodium intake. This is so important. So people with normal blood pressure, they say, can have 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. People who have issues are supposed to be like 15. And of course, we want to
Hmm.
stay under the 2,300. So that's another thing it can track. But remember, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Plan to
And if you
fail.
pack all that food in a little bag and take it with you wherever you're going, then when you get a hunger crave, you're not going to run to a vending machine. You're going to eat something that's good for you. You can pick your own healthy snacks. So
That's true.
we
That's
have
true.
to prep. We have to prepare.
It's very important. And I just want to take a little pause to go over uh, with the audience the goals. If there were any goals for 2025 that you have listed in the chat, we can kind of talk about it later on in the Q&A session. But keep putting in those goals. What are your goals for 2025? Is it to lose weight? Is it to lose 10 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever? Is it to eat better? Put it in the chat. But I do find that sometimes achieving goals are so much easier with a little support. And that's why we also have the IBP monthly chat. So that's a safe space where we all get to share, learn, and grow together. So as you watch this quick promo, I want you to take a moment and think about all of the questions. And in addition to your goals, I want you to also think about questions that you'd like to ask Gail in our upcoming Q&A.
Do you ever feel like you're carrying life's weight on your shoulders? At the IBP monthly chat, you don't have to do it alone. This is your space. A space where real women come together to share, connect, and encourage each other. Whether you're navigating challenges, seeking clarity, or simply craving authentic connection, the IBP monthly chat is where faith and friendship meet. We meet virtually on Zoom, and each session is a safe place to open your heart and discuss God's word as it relates to our lives. Here, you'll find strength, understanding, and the reminder that you are never alone. Scan the QR code to subscribe and be notified of our next session. Let's grow together, one conversation at a time.
All right, welcome back to episode 1 at the Invisible but Powerful Show. I am your host, Kimberly Kiner, and we are talking about New Year, New You, building a healthy foundation for change. I am with my guest, Mrs. Gail Olivia White Everett, and we talked about fitness, we talked about nutrition, and I think now we're just going to talk a little bit more before we start to close out. But Gail, you wanted to share something
So
about
I want to,
hydration?
yes, I want to, well, I do want to share about water. The body is like 85% water. The one year they say 75, the next they say 85. It is essential that you get in at least 64 ounces of water a day. And Kimberly's
Mm-hmm.
going to hold up her
Yeah,
bottle and show
I
you
have
that she
my
won in
my
the
bottle.
challenge. And
Yeah.
you can put a little lemon in it. It helps to decrease your appetite. But you sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're not hungry, you're just thirsty. So make
Mm-hmm.
sure you make that water a part of you. And you can count the water that you boil for your tea. Like I boil 16 ounces of water every morning for my hot cinnamon spice tea. And then I fill my first bottle of 32 ounces up with my vitamins and lemon and lime. Then I come back later and get that 32-ounce bottle filled again. So the
Mm-hmm.
water is important. But I do want to share something else.
Sure.
I would like to share this quick story with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, first, I want to give thanks to God for coming into my life when I was 15 years old and
Mm-hmm.
taking care of me and letting me get through everything I did without my mom. And I know that there were footprints in the sand. I might not have understood it then, but in 1982, when I decided 4 months after I got married that fitness and wellness were going to become my passion and my hobby, right then and there, I went to my sister's pool. And everybody was having their cocktails, and I had made my mind up. I didn't want any cocktails. I just wanted to read my Bible verses, and that's what I did. And I didn't realize at that moment that God was choosing me as an ambassador of wellness. And
Wow.
I give thanks to Him every day for that. It changed my life so much. So I just want to
Right.
say to you that God is so good. And then I always pray for friends that are Christian and angels. And then He brought Kimberly into my life. What a beautiful person. And how proud I am of you getting to
Oh,
watch everything you're doing. You are amazing. Now you're motivating me to step out and do some more. And,
well,
you're awesome.
I told you I'm just a little bit competitive. So when I first joined you, I remember we were doing the walk and we were in walking up the hill. It was an incline at Princeton University. And this was my first day. And you're just like, you're what's in your 60s. And I'm like, and I'm like, and you're like, okay, just slow down because I'm trying to catch up with you. And I'm like, this will not happen again. This will not happen again.
I
I
love it.
if I got people in their 60s doing better than me and I'm in my 50s, no, I got to do better. I I got to do better. So that's why I do what I do, Gail.
That makes me so happy. You know what? That's what it's all about. And this is how I give back to God when I get to communicate and help other people with their wellness because that's what is so important to me. So every time I see
Mm,
somebody that's reaching goals, doing good things, working out, staying consistent, willpower, determination, commitment, and consistency, I just feel happy because that's how I give back to God for everything He did for me. And He has done a lot for
mm,
me. So it's real
yes,
important.
absolutely, absolutely.
Kimberly, I just want to say that, everybody take it one day at a time. You got to have a plan, a wellness plan. That's why it's good to come to programs like mine because I have you set your goals and we look at
Mm-hmm,
them together and then you do one day at a time.
mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it is, one day at a time. So, last question. What does invisible but powerful mean to you? In one or two words, what does invisible but powerful mean to you?
God's blessings.
Mm,
God's blessings. When I've had the chance to come on the chat and I'm going to do it more, it just was so beautiful to be with you and the people on the chat and just listen to other people share and Bible verses. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a blessing from God. God's blessings, invisible
mm.
but powerful. It's beautiful.
Oh, well, it's a ministry. It's a
It is
ministry in
beautiful.
itself. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it.
So we thank you all for joining us on the Invisible but Powerful show. Remember, building a healthy foundation starts with setting small, meaningful goals and definitely trusting that God's strength is going to carry you forward. So, Gail, I just wanted to really quickly before we end, I wanted to talk about what you are doing in regards to your programs.
Okay.
I have this.
So,
I have this. This is your Facebook page. For those who are interested in learning more about her programs, you have a website and you also have a Facebook page. So
yes.
this is your Facebook group page. It's called Olivia's Wellness Connection. And did you want to talk a little bit more about that, Gail?
Yes. So I would like to invite you to come on and become a member of Olivia's Wellness Connection on Facebook. It is a wonderful thing. I will reach out to you. Like right now on Olivia's Wellness Connection, what I'm doing is the New Year, Healthier New You. And I'm asking people to come on every day, tell me the exercise that they did. Tell me what type it was and tell me how long you did it. So this way it motivates you to get in that 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise per week. So we're talking to each other on Facebook. We're motivating. You're coming in and saying, I did this type and this is how long I did it. And we're supporting each other and it's going to make you want to do it. And you'll be glad that you did. So I'm asking people to do that. Please come on. Join me on Olivia's Wellness Connection Facebook page. You can ask questions. And I plan on very soon going on. I'd like to do it probably on a Sunday. And, have a little talk, do a little workout so that people can, come in live or look at it later. That's very important.
Okay, you said you wanted to have a little talk, and what was that part after? Have a little talk.
So I would like to start, I haven't done this in a while, go on live and have a little talk, live on Facebook.
Oh, that
Let
would be
people
great.
ask questions. And then also maybe put up a 20-minute workout where you could be doing some cardio. That's 20 minutes. That's enough for you. You can join me live, go on later and hit it. But that's going to motivate you to exercise. Let's talk about nutrition a little bit. My Health is Your Wealth plan, because that is putting together your plan for your fitness and your nutrition. And let's talk about meditation. Let's talk about doing some deep breathing. Closing the door for a few minutes, just lighting the candle and just close your eyes and just feel the presence of your body and relax, because that's so important.
Yes,
So that's something
yes.
that I would like to do. I would like to talk to churches. I would like to see maybe if there's some churches in the community again that may like to have a program. If you know one,
that would
they
be
can reach
good.
out to me. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I want to emphasize too, I have your flyer up here that you are still at the Princeton YMCA, and all of your classes are free. They are no charge, so there is no excuse for anyone to say, hey, money is an issue, I can't afford this. She is offering this as her ministry. So all of these programs are at no cost. So Just Walk, you said, is Mondays and Wednesdays.
So
at
Monday
5.
and Wednesday evenings at 5 o'clock. It goes till 6 o'clock. Just Move is Saturday mornings, 8:30 to 9:20. Health is Your Wealth is supposed to be 9:30 to 10:30. We may stop a little earlier sometimes. And that's it.
That's it. So if you are in the central area, the central Jersey area, stop on by. You have the times there. You can just walk on into the Y and let them know that you are attending Gail's class. So that will be it for this session. I hope that you enjoyed episode 1. I hope this is very valuable to you. We are going to move on to our next phase, which is our Q&A session. I will be providing the link in the chat so that you can ask any questions that you have from Gail that we haven't answered in this episode. So until next time, continue to be blessed and a blessing.
Thank you for spending this time with us on the Invisible but Powerful Show. We'd love to connect with you beyond the show. Follow us on Facebook at Invisible but Powerful Ministries, on Instagram at IBP Ministries, and subscribe to our IBP Ministries YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Until next time, remember to uncover, unlock, and unleash the potential within you. Walk boldly in who and whose you are.